Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Timing Era and I'm Jimmy Francis. Today we are going to dive into a very crucial topic for anyone planning to study in the US on an F-1 visa. If you are nervous about it, don't worry at all. I'm here to help you navigate through this process with confidence. Now let's talk about 10 things you should not see during your F-1 visa interview. Yes, I don't plan to return to my home country after my stay. You all know that the F-1 visa is a non-immigrant visa. So the moment you let the visa officer sense that you are not going to come back after your studies, then he is not going to give you the visa. Because you are born on returning after your studies. So don't say I'm not going to return after my studies. For example, I love the US, and the US is a very good place. They have good working conditions. They have good tourist side, blah blah blah. Or my uncle is living there, my auntie is living there. So then I'm sorry, it's not going to happen to you too. Don't say I am here, I'm just here to have fun, or I'm excited to go to the United States so that I can have a lot of fun. We all know that you definitely have fun. You get to explore things, you get to experience things that you never experienced before. But then, don't make it obvious. Those things are secondary things. Your primary, your education. So, make it clear that you are going to study, and that because of the study, you are going there. Talk about your primary purpose. Talk about the reason why you are going there. Talk about how that course is going to impact you. Talk about how that course is going to be helpful to your community, to your country, and is going to, in the longer term, build a relationship between your country and the country you are studying, that is the US. So don't go and talk about fun aspects. It's good, but reserve that for I don't have any ties to my home country, or don't show evidence of having no ties to your home country. Here's the thing. Ties are very important because the type of visa you are applying for, which is an F-1, is a non-immigrant visa. And therefore, the visa officer, in accessing you, would like to know, is there something that will bring you back to your home country? So if you tell them that all your parents are living, for example, my parents are all living abroad, and after studying, I would like to stay with them because if I come back to my home country, I want blah 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 blah. Don't go and say those things. Look, if all your parents are still, all your family members are in the state, it will be a hindrance. You can still talk about your goals, you can still talk about your ambitions, you can talk about the things you want to do back in your own country. Even though your parents are there, you can let them know that you're only going there to have knowledge, you gain the tools and the skills that you need to come back into your home country to make an impact. So just let them know that even though your parents are there, you are going there for your studies, and you are going to return to make good use of that in your whole country. So don't worry at all if your family members are all living in the States. It shouldn't be a problem at all. But then be able to explain clearly your goals and ambition. Let him or her know, the visa officer, that you are just going for knowledge and you are born or returning after your studies. And when you return, you are going to do so, and that is going to help your community, that is going to help your country, that is going to help build a relationship between your country and the country you are studying. Or if not at all, that is going to build your personal career. That is what they want to hear. So make sure you clearly communicate this to them during your effort. Number 4, I'm not sure about my future plans. I'm not sure about your future plans. That is a very big mistake to make during your visa interview. Don't let them know that you are not even sure or you don't have a concrete plan after your studies. You should have a concrete plan post your studies, pre your studies, and during your studies. What do I mean by post your studies, pre your studies, and during your studies? When you are going for your visa interview, when you get there, you let the visa officer know how you are going to plan your studies whilst in the state. How you decided on that school, that is pre your studies. How you decided, how you finally came to conclusion that I want to go to this school. And then when you get there, to let him know what you will be doing during your studies, how you are going to divide the studies, how you are going to balance your studies and extracurricular activities. They are more passionate about people who like to engage in community work. Talk about that. Okay, of course, you'll be doing something for the university. And universities want people, not just people who come and study, because they have a lot of intelligences in their schools. But then they want people who, aside their intelligence, also can do something to help the university community. So they would like to, see that. So demonstrate that you are going to be balancing your academics and your studies. That is during your studies. And then post studies plans, you can talk about what you are going to do after your studies. Let them know. It should be a clear plan. You should know that I'm going to do this course because these are the career perspectives, or because these are the challenges I'm facing in my country, in my community, and I think that doing this course will help me come back and make a difference in my community. That is what we want to hear. If you have no plans at all, and that means that if you get there and opportunity presents itself to you, you are likely to grab it with 4 hands and stay. Of course, they don't want you to stay, so they want you to do this. So take note of that, and then be clear about your plans when you are communicating with the officer. Now, the 5th one is I didn't apply to any other school. I applied to only this school. This can be explained in 2 ways. Let's take it this way. If you apply to only one school, it's not a problem at all. But then you apply and you are not able to explain the reason why you only apply to this one school is a problem. On the other hand, if you have applied to 2-3 schools, then you settle for this school, you should be able to also explain why you settled for that school. So I'm giving this point to let you know. They also assess you based on the number of schools you apply. But then if you only apply to one school, don't worry. You should be able to justify why you applied to only that school. And the reason why they normally ask how many schools have you applied to, they want to know, have you really researched? Have you seen other options? And why did you come into conclusion that I'm going to this school? What is so unique about it? It's not assessing you as an eligible student or a genuine student. They want to know how passionate you are about the program you are going to do, the reasons behind your studies, and then why they think you are a genuine or eligible student. So they are using this to assess you. So I'm not saying this to discourage people who apply to one school, but then also to help you in your application process. It's best you apply to more schools. So that when the option comes, you read through their department, you read through their course structure and their curriculum. You look at the things that are unique, relate it to your career, what you want to do, which best suits you. Then you go in for that. And that means that for you to decide that way, you must have apply to a lot of schools, you have a lot of options to be able to decide. Now, if you apply to only one, and you are telling them that this unique staff, like maybe you are talking about their department, they have well-structured curriculum and staff. How sure are you that University B don't have more structured curriculum than University? How are you going to justify that? not discouraging you. If you are able to justify that, it's fine. But it's good that you have options to be able to make comparison. That so and so is this, so and so was this, so and so was that. But then I settled for so and so because of this. Yes. If you are saying that way, you will convince the visa officer, and you also, he or she, know that you are serious. You wanted the best for yourself, you wanted the best for your career. That's what they want to know. So make sure you apply to more schools. It will help you to have more options to choose from. Don't tell the visa officer that you don't have plans on how to pay your studies. And as part of the visa interview process, the visa officer wants to know how you are going to fund your studies whilst in the States. Who is going to pay for your studies? What is the capacity of the person? Has the person sponsored someone before? Can the person even transfer funds from your home country to the States? So, if you don't, and then also, why is the person willing to sponsor you? If you are not able to answer these questions, explain these things to the visa officer, he will not be convinced that you'll be able to fund your studies whilst in the States. And that's going to be a problem. This is one of the most important indicators that you are going to be able to complete your studies successfully. Because if you don't have funds, if you don't have the finances to finance your education, it means that you are going to be stranded, you are going to drop out, you are going to be a burden on the country. And then they don't want you to be a burden. No, they are very particular about that. They don't want burden, they don't want people to go to their country and become burdens. And then they want good people in their country, but they don't want people to come burden their government. You become burden to the country. No. So you have to prove to them that when you go, you'll be able to study successfully. You will become a burden, you will become a dropout, you will be engaging illegal. It's very, very clear. Explain vividly. Sometimes they even go ahead to let to know. If you are going to explain all the whys I talked about, why he is sponsoring you, why is he paying that amount of money for you, why that person particularly sponsoring you. So the whys are many, and how he's going to do that, how is he going to transfer the funds, how is he be able to cope up with that amount of money, or be able to do, all the hows and the whys. If you are going to answer them, sometimes you don't want to know. Still, has a person been able to sponsor someone before? Okay. If he hasn't been able to sponsor someone before, it shouldn't be a problem. But then be able to explain to them the hows and the whys. Be very clear on that, because finances are very important. No country wants a burden. Again, in your country, if someone comes into your country and the person becomes a social burden, begging here and there, they will be happy about it. So they don't want a burden in their country, so you clear on your plans, explain everything, articulate everything to them, let them know what you are up to, how you are going to finance your studies, who is financing it, is a person capable. And then number 7 is kind of like, you won't really say it that way, but your responses will let the visa officer feel that this is what you are trying to say. For example, trying to say something like, I don't really need to study in person, online studies is okay for me. If you let a visa officer get to know that you are trying to say online visa is more important than being in person, then he will feel that there's no need for him to even give you the visa. Just go ahead and study online. But then, if you are caught in this situation, or if you feel that your responses are geared towards this direction, this is how to redeem yourself. Tell the visa officer that in-person interaction is very key to your development. Having one-on-one interaction with professors and your peers, having to experience their culture, different way of doing things from different people, you get to learn and then unlearn certain things that you have. So it really helps to build you as a person and then broaden your horizon. So you need to redeem yourself. The reason why you need to be there in person than online. And then aside that, you are able to expand your network, getting to meet peers and expand your network. So it's very important to be in person than online. So you need to articulate this, you need to explain this. Let the visa officer know that how important it is to be in person than online. So once he understands this, he would have a reason to give you the visa, to be there in person. Other than that, if you are trying to say online is okay, then you see there's no need. So just continue. Number 8 is to let the visa officer know that you are planning to stay after your graduation. If you let him or her have the notion that you are going to stay after your studies, for us, you know very well that the visa type you are applying is a non-immigrant visa. Then it shows that you don't have respect for the visa regulations, and therefore that would be a ground for him or her to deny you. So in your answers or your responses, be sure to let the visa officer know that you are born on return and there's actually something that you want to do that brings you, or there's things in your home country that are bringing you back after your graduation. If you don't explain it this way, if you don't let him or her understand it this way, then it looks like you are going to stay back after your studies. Then he's not going to give you, because definitely you are going to break the rules governing the type of visa you are applying for. And that alone is a grounds for him to deny the visa. Number 9, making statements that show that you don't care about your studies. You might not necessarily say, I don't care about my studies, but the responses or the statements you make, that will let the visa officer feel that you don't really care about your studies. This would be you not being able to give a concrete plan for your studies, you not being able to give a reason why you want to study that course, you not being able to give a reason or importance of that course to your home country, to your community, and how it's going to strengthen the relationship between your country and that country. You not being able to explain that, or even how that course is going to build your personal career. If you are not able to explain this, then you are going to say you don't even care about the states. You are just finding a way to do the states. When you let the visa officer understand it this way, through your responses and your answers, then definitely he is not going to give you the visa. Because your primary purpose is for your education. So if you don't care about education, then what else will you care about? And why should they even give you the visa? Because you are there for studies. So if you don't care about it, what purpose are you going to serve there? So if you are not clear on this, you are not making it known to the visa officer that this is what I'm going to do. 10 is to tell the visa officer that you plan to work even without authorization. It's a big no. It's a big no. Well, here is the thing. You can work, alright? International students are authorized to work. The word is authorized to work 20 hours per week, 40 hours during summer or break. You are authorized to work. But working without authorization is a big no. You are there to concentrate on your studies and to work. So if you let a visa officer know that you are going to work, or in explaining how you are going to fund your studies, you tell the visa officer that you are going to fund your studies through working, then it's going to be good. It means that you won't get the concentration to focus on your books, or you won't get the time to focus on your books and make the best out of your studies. And then if you are working and studying, you might end up getting divided attention or not being able to complete your studies. And they wouldn't want that. So don't mention working as part of your plans. Even if you work, even if they are giving you work apart from graduate research assistantships, graduate teaching assistantships, graduate assistantships itself, don't go and mention. Otherwise, you can't. Some of them, they give you work campus or employment. Of course, it's yes, but to me, I would have advised you avoid even mentioning work in the first place. Let them know you're okay. If you are trying to put in work, like I'm going to work, I'm going to do this, then it shows that financially you are not stable. You are going to find a way to support yourself. What if you don't get the work? What if you lose the work? How are you going to find yourself? If that is going to be a support to your finances. So it's not advisable to mention work staffs. No, unless it's a graduate teaching assistantship, research assistantship, or a graduate assistantship. Those come in the form of work and they understand. Aside them, if you are given on-campus work as an undergraduate or a graduate, are given a work which is not those three categories I mentioned, the graduate research assistantship, the graduate teaching assistantship, and the graduate assistantship, don't go and mention you'll be working. No, we don't want to hear that. So, is it the work that are going to use to finance your studies? What if you don't get the work? What if you lose the work? How are you going to finance your studies? Then look at all this. They don't want to pay them. They don't want to become a burden to their country. So you need to explain that very well. Don't go and talking about work. And even if you want to talk about you having the opportunity to work, or you talk about authorized works, a job opportunity that has been authorized, or you only work if authorized, or you are going to abide by the number of hours of work, 20 hours per week, 40 hours per summer breaks. Other than that, don't talk about work, because you are there to study. And if you decide you want to go and study, you should know it comes with a cost. You should be prepared for that. If you are not prepared, it's better not to go. So clear on your finances and don't go and talk about work, especially unauthorized works. It's a bit. So now you have it all. Avoid these pitfalls to make a great impression in your F-1 visa interview. Remember, preparation is a key. Be prepared before you appear in your F-1 visa interview. Don't forget to, first of all, subscribe if you are a first timer here. Don't forget to like if this was helpful for you. And don't forget to share to someone this might be helpful too. Return again for a much better and improved content than what you just watched. Thank you. We are just